Phoenix Nation, how you doing? What's going on? It's your girl Jade Phoenix, and the color wheel is spinning. What's up, girls?
Hello, hello.
Hi.
We're back.
We're aliving. We're thriving.
We're alive? We are?
Are we?
I don't know.
We're living dead girls.
I think so.
A little bit.
Crawl on me, sink into me, die for me.
Wow.
We
Who
love
is
a good
this
Rob
irresistible
Zombie.
creature who has an insatiable love for the dead.
He was recently in our neck of the woods. So.
He was.
I'm so mad.
We missed it.
I'm so mad I couldn't go.
Next time, Rob. Next time.
He usually comes like every year though.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing for the past couple years.
Hey, listen, I'm sure with Sherry Moon he's coming a lot more than once a year. I'm sorry, that is a man that loves his wife. Honestly,
100%.
should.
I love this for him. I think it's great.
and
as he should.
She's hot, so
And I personally think she's a very wonderful actress.
she's good. I think she's good, and I think it's also really funny that like not funny, but like I just respect the fact that this man is like, hey, I'm putting my wife in my movie, and I'm gonna have a number of shots that's just her ass.
Good for him, though.
Like this is my wife worship as well as being Gorefest City. So suck my dick.
I feel like
this is my
Rob
wife's entire
Zombie
ass.
is that meme where it goes, the girl way out of my league that I caught from being funny. Like he's like the epitome of that meme, and I mean that as like a huge compliment because he just seems like one of those guys that like there could literally be like
There could be only one.
7-foot models in the room next to him, and the girl's like, that one made me laugh. I like him.
This is also
That's how.
very
That's
funny.
how Cam got you.
Yeah, it's true. He was
how
just
Cam
some like
got you,
weird.
Scarlett.
He was like some weird fucking dude sitting behind me at an Outback, and he was like, "Oh hey, there's this like weird fucking Harley Quinn girl, and she's kind of funny." So yeah, but also it's funny we're talking about Rob Zombie, and I'm literally wearing a
Rob Zombie shirt.
And
Yo.
we listened to Rob to start off the day.
We
Shout
did.
out to the Nest today.
Shout out
yeah.
to JoJo for giving me this shirt, this Rob Zombie shirt that he got at Hot Topic like way back in the day. And it's not an officially licensed one because it was literally like
A hot topic back in the day.
yeah, Hot Topic back in the day. It was on a fucking like Gildan unisex t-shirt. It's so faded to shit. And then I was like, yeah, so I'm gonna cut this up and do cool stuff with it. And he was like, please do. And I'm like, bet.
Done.
Thank God Hot Topic is slowly but surely beginning to heal.
I mean, there was it was I was in Hot Topic actually the other day. I had to go help out Vamp Dad with something, and we needed to go to the Apple store. So I was like, fuck it, we're right by Queen Center Mall, and so
as well.
I'm not,
course.
so we took a quick ride out over there, and we went to the Apple store. He did what he needed to do. And I was like, fuck it, we have some time to kill. Let's go check out Hot Topic and Spencer's because that's like the stores I always go to whenever I'm in any mall.
Yes.
Plus, also, I was looking for some specific things for cosplay that I'm doing for New York City Comic Con. And I usually get them at either Hot Topic or Spencer's.
Right.
So we go into the Hot Topic, and let's not get it twisted. With Beetlejuice being out in theaters now, there's so much more of an uptick in Tim Burton stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the Hot Topic, which is fantastic. I love this for us because Tim Burton is God, and it is what it is. And for me, I was just like, oh, this is great because I'm starting to see things that look or resemble what Hot Topic looked like when I was a kid, and just wanting to always go into that store because that was my aesthetic and, couldn't because meh, for whatever reason. But they're not selling Trip clothes, but they used to. But they are selling Hot Topic brand clothes that look like Trip clothes.
Yeah, I noticed
So
that.
this makes me very, very happy because I'm like, yes, I can get things that look like Trip at not Trip prices.
Yeah. No, like I've been noticing I frequent the local Hot Topic whenever I am in the area. The only thing is I hate going to that fucking mall because it is so big and there are so many people.
And there's stupid people that work there that we don't want to run into.
Oh, exactly. If you know, you know. In regards to which mall it is. Unfortunately, it is a Long Island mall. But it's a big one. But yeah, if you couldn't figure it out already, then I don't know what you're doing. You're probably like living in a fucking ditch or something.
Anyways, Hot Topic.
Yeah, but I've been noticing as I go there, I'm like, yo, they actually have like old school looking stuff, like the kind of stuff that I wanted back when I was like 11, 12 years old.
I can't.
No. Like the stuff that they had when I was like 11, 12 years old but couldn't buy because either my parents said no and or I didn't have money because I was 12.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Oh my god. Yeah, so it was fun. It's fun, and I'm like I will slowly add to my collection. But also Depop has a lot of like the old Hot Topic stuff too, which is really fun. But some people will just like jack up the prices, and I'm like,
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, I have a bunch of stuff that I got from back in the day in Hot Topic. I've given you.
Yes, I love those skirts so much. Like
Yeah.
the actual trip one, and
And they were trip skirts, yeah.
Yeah, the actual trip ones are fucking amazing.
Yep.
Like, I
and
love
those things are 20 years old or more.
Yeah.
And there's literally nothing wrong with them.
And it's also like what's really cool is
I just got fat.
no, like it's funny because there was like one of them that you could tell was newer because it had the newer Hot Topic label on it.
Well, yeah, it was probably right before the store had its major shift.
Yeah, it was before they had it was definitely before they had their major shift. Though that one was probably closer to like 10 years old. But like you could even tell
Still old.
Yeah, still old, but like you could just tell already like the quality difference between the two items. That being said, it's still very good. I still wear the heck out of all of them.
Hell yeah.
But like honestly, the vintage stuff is just like so good. So good. I love vintage.
What about you, Lavender? Like, did you shop at Hot Topic or were you a PacSun girl?
PacSun was too expensive.
Fair.
I would sometimes go to. You see, I loved Hot Topic, but it was mainly like I just went in there for t-shirts.
I mean, but the t-shirts are still kind of superior.
Like I used to go there for the t-shirts. I remember that because they used to always do the sale. And they used to do that thing where like if you bought a backpack for school, you could fill it with whatever you wanted. And it was only like one price. Like it would be like $40 or something. And you could fill as much as you could in that backpack. Yeah. I remember that. I also remember part of the reason I would go into Hot Topic, I know that this human being has been canceled all across the board. But like old school YouTubers used to have merch there.
Really?
Yeah, and one of the ones that
I think I remember this.
used to like, and I didn't realize how problematic he was because I was 12, was Shane Dawson.
I don't know who that is.
Very problematic.
He's an asshole.
He's an
emotional damage.
I admittedly used to get like his shirts from there because the old school YouTubers used to have their merch from there. But to be honest, I was always more of an American Eagle girl.
Ah, you would be.
Because for me, like as y'all know, I wear a lot of jeans. I like wearing kind of like
You khakis.
basics. And the thing was like Abercrombie, because I am a slighter person and I still really don't have hips to speak for. I would look like really, really even more underweight than I was in their clothes. Like I would look like a skeleton because they cut everything
In Hot Topic clothes?
in Abercrombie. They
Oh,
cut
well,
things
Abercrombie.
so tight.
Is ass.
So I used to go to American Eagle because I love wearing jeans and things were cut in such a way that I didn't look like a walking head on a stick. So those are my two main like hot spots. And then I used to work at an Urban Outfitters, and I'm gonna tell y'all right now, hot exclusive. Never shop there. Don't. The amount of money that they charge for those clothes
Is ridiculous.
is ridiculous, and the quality sucks. There's only one thing I ever bought there when I used to like work there and had a discount that's lasted, and that was only maybe like 5-6 years ago. And it's a flannel. Everything else fell apart. So don't do it. And that has sworn me off malls forever, and I will order everything online if I can.
That's true.
honestly so valid.
Dude, I mean, no offense. I mean, as much as I enjoy walking into the Hot Topic physical store and maybe seeing something that, is going to catch my eye, I do prefer ordering through the website.
Because they also have more on the website.
Agreed. Yeah, they give
The
you
only
also
thing is
more
the
sizes.
Website organization just kind of sucks on the phone.
Agreed.
I will
You have
say
to do it on a
though,
computer.
Oh, yeah.
I do
prefer.
love Old Navy and The Gap. Those are like my two favorite stores. I love Old Navy. I love The Gap because I can get like business casual and all that stuff I need for work for like a quarter of the price. And their jeans fit me really well. So I always I go to the Old Navy or I go to The Gap and I order online. But
Oh, I've just been getting clothes from the thrift store for like years at this point. Aside from like Hot Topic when I go, or the occasional Spencer's t-shirt if they're on sale.
I do-
Usually just thrift.
I did just buy a belt and a shirt from Spencer's because, I mean, the mall trip wasn't a complete waste for me when it came to finding what I was looking for. I did just buy a belt that I need for one of the cosplays that I'll be debuting. I can talk at NYCC, and I did get a T-shirt that I thought I was gonna have you help me destroy, but then I was like, no, I kind of like it. I'm gonna keep it.
Honestly,
the
that's
way that
valid.
it is.
Fair.
I mean, I might chop it up just to wear it because I like it.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna chop it up for the cosplay.
Also valid.
Yeah. I decided I'm actually gonna get I'm not telling you guys what I'm debuting, but it's gonna be great. But I have decided that I'm gonna get like a white wife beater and just distress the fuck out of it, putting like dirt and blood and all sorts of shit on it.
Fuck
No,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. So that's gonna be part of
They
it.
still have like fake blood in a spray bottle.
I do, for sure. I have so much of it from this summer.
Our last summer. But anyways, speaking of summer, we had a really eventful August into September, didn't we, girls?
Oh, yes, we did.
Woo.
We were like all over the place.
We
It
were.
was great. And
For
I'm-
like 3 weeks straight, we were everywhere.
Yep.
And I'll say
Everything
this.
everywhere all at once.
I'm sure everyone
love that movie.
is
Great movie.
seeing the content. We've been really like pushing all of that out.
Have you guys been seeing our stuff on social media? I mean, have you been seeing the amazingness? Have you been noticing that our lavender is our April O'Neil?
Thank you.
Yeah.
That makes
She's
me
been
feel
killing
so
it.
good
Killing
about
it.
myself.
I mean, it's so good that we even got her own microphone.
Yes, I'm very excited.
It's here.
Oh,
I
I
mean, it's
can't
not
wait.
here. It's like with
No,
the equipment.
It's arrived.
It has arrived. Because as much as if you guys are following us on social media, you also know that our lavender is very small. Yes. And the microphone that I normally use, because we all know that Jade Feinics is the one that does all the interviews 90% of the time because it's your girl. How you doing? But we decided we were going to, I purchased a bunch of microphones. I have professional ones that like link up to your lapel. I have the handheld one, which I prefer because I feel like it gives us more of a professional interview vibe.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I don't know. There's just something about that, like handing it off that feels a little more professional.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. I like that vibe more.
I do too.
It gives you more interviewer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. And that's why, like, even though I love our lapel mics, I prefer using the handheld one. But, not to go off on a tangent, since our Lavender Bean is such a small manic pixie dream girl, the big ass microphone in her hand, especially when she's interviewing people, was a little too phallic.
Yeah, it was a little too big.
It was a little too phallic, and y'all are disgusting. And I decided to make the executive decision as the creator of the gate and to get a better microphone that suits our newest reporter.
Exactly. Because the other thing is, I have really, really tiny little baby hands. Because I actually have Poland syndrome. So my hands and my feet are very, very small. Tiny. Very tiny. So even when like I walk around with my iPhone, people ask me if I have like the iPhone Pro or the Max or whatever it is.
And it's really
and
not.
it's just like the regular iPhone. So I think it was needed.
That's why Kayla's partners love her so much, because even when you're tiny, you're not.
Screaming, just screaming
Screams
into the
internally.
void.
Screams into void. But that was one of the really exciting things we got to do this summer. Mama Jade pushed me out of the nest and was
did.
hey, I think you'd be really good at this. Go do it.
Literally, I was like, all right, how can I put Kayla's constant need to talk to good use? Go talk to them. Go, Lavender, run.
And it felt so great because especially when we were at Hudson Valley, I absolutely loved talking with William Ragsdale. And one of the
Those
first
interviews were
things
fantastic.
he asked me was, he was like, do you do this like a lot? Is this something you've been doing for a while? I was like, no, this is only my second time doing it. And he looked at me and goes, well, you're a lot better than some of the regular interviewers I had to talk to for promotional tours.
Damn.
So I think you did a great job.
And he will be coming on our show
Hell yeah.
eventually.
Yes.
like
No,
we got to nail it down. But we are in the process of doing that. But like this is part of the reason why we keep telling you guys to pay attention to our social media.
Exactly.
Oh,
Because
William Ragsdale was so
he
fun.
was wonderful, and he gave me a big hug afterwards, which just made my entire life. Like, he was one of the sweetest people.
And they looked like they were having some fun.
Oh, they
because
had some-
unfortunately,
yeah.
unfortunately, while Scarlett and Lavender were up handling Hudson Valley Horror Fest, your girl Jade was dealing with was with Digi Nan, and we were handling Anime NYC.
Yes.
So
I mean, Anime NYC looked fun. That's why I don't go to conventions with the Javits anymore. That reaction exactly.
I'm okay. We're getting ahead of ourselves. I will spill the tea on Anime
100%.
NYC, but let's
100%.
talk about the big elephant in the room because the last the last cast that we talked about how we were about to do Tropicon.
Yes.
Yeah, we talked about
Which
Tropicon a little bit.
We did. We mentioned it and sent out warnings.
Tropicon was fun because we had already done Tropicon at that point.
Had we?
Yeah, because this was right after Tropicon. We were leading into Anime and Hudson Valley.
Exactly. We had a chaos episode last episode.
Oh yeah, that's probably why I
chaos
can't
episode.
There's
keep
nothing
track.
wrong with a good chaos episode.
Where are my
but-
testicles, mother?
Exactly. It was kind of like a mishmash of a million
The testicles
things.
were in his tummy and they needed to come out.
I really hope that bit was caught at the end.
What?
No. The where are my testicles, mother? That whole like fucking rant that I went on at the end of the last episode.
Pretty sure it was.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I had your microphone on for that.
Oh yeah, the Rick and Morty kind of. If you haven't seen Rick and Morty, there's like.
Which we are very excited to see and meet them at Rhode Island.
That's right.
Yes.
We are gonna meet them at Rhode Island. Rhode Island is gonna be a fucking lit, litty titty.
Can't wait. But yes, context for
Context is it was a wacky chaos episode that we needed to get all of our juices flowing.
Thank you.
So now we can talk about more detail about LI Tropicon.
yes, we can. No, LA Tropicon was, as always, fantastic. We had a great fucking time, met so many people, and you guys really, really did love the duck game. So
Yes, that was so fun.
Oh my god.
What?
No, we were talking about Tropicon and I just got like the fucking flashback of that one fucking Lavender, you remember that one fucking Wolverine kid, right?
Yes.
What?
Oh, so you may have been like up like talking to someone. So this guy comes over and I swear to God, he looks like a whole ass adult. He's dressed in like a Halloween store Wolverine. I'm sitting there as Rogue from
Okay.
X-Men Evolution. He's like, "Hey, can I get a picture with you?" I'm like, "Sure, why not?"
Oh, I think I was sitting at the table, but I was handling customers.
Maybe. So he had gloves on. I had fingerless because if I'm going to be behind the booth, it's just easier to not have full gloves on.
Fair.
So he had me put in his code to unlock his phone, and
Oh, you didn't tell me this.
oh yeah. So at first all I caught were the last two numbers, and it was 08, and I'm like, wait, what is it? He's like, oh, it's my birthday, and I'm like, hold up, you were born in 2008? He's like, yeah, and I'm like, oh my God, you're a child. I was born in 98, and he just says, yikes.
That's rough, buddy.
Yeah, it was pretty tragic, to be honest.
And now I know how Jade feels all the time.
Fuck you.
That like killed me. I was just like, I was just like deceased. I think I turned to Lavender and I'm like, I need to sit down. I need like
My joints hurt.
I felt even worse because I am a little bit older than Scarlett, and I was like, God, if that's yikes.
Fuck you
And
both.
I know, and it was like really funny because I swear to God, this kid looked like he was probably like.
No, he looked like a whole ass grown adult. He had a
Yeah, no.
beard, the whole thing.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. I feel like these like Gen Z, like these real like Gen Z or Gen Alpha
this would
kids.
be Alpha kids because Gen
like-
Alpha started in 05.
Okay, yeah, well, like these Gen Alpha and like old and younger Gen Z kids literally like age faster than the rest of us do.
I am going to. Okay.
No, because here's the thing. Like, I swear to God, some of these like Gen Alpha and like younger Gen Z kids look older than millennials I know.
Yeah, like me.
Yeah, like you literally look like you're in your 20s.
And I'm turning 40 in 6 months.
Woohoo! I wasn't gonna say that, but damn.
I'm saying it because fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wreck my life. It's fine. I don't care. I'm actually proud that I'm turning 40.
yeah.
And I still look like half my age.
You know, and Cam, he gets it all the time too, where people are like, "Oh, you don't look like you're 35," and he's like, "But I am."
And then you have poor Diginan, who people think is pushing 50.
Oh no.
And he's only turned 40 this year. But that's stress. That is stress. The DigiNan is under a total amount of stress. But then again, we could also deal with Vamp Dad, who gets pushing 50 all the time, and he's in his 40s.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean,
For me, I usually get like it depends because if I'm wearing makeup, people will usually figure I'm about my age. But if I don't have makeup on, they'll guess younger.
That's fair.
I'm not wearing makeup now.
Yeah.
And I still look like I'm 25.
Yeah.
When I put makeup on, I can look even younger.
Yeah. You see, like apparently, the way I do my makeup makes me look older, but I kind of like that because it's like older, but in a sexy way. Because that's the other thing. I'm 26, so it's like I'd rather look a little older when I have makeup on. That way you leave me the fuck alone.
What about you, Lav?
I get younger a lot, but I've just started to realize that I'm not getting my ID checked all the time anymore. And like while I was really annoyed when it was happening, now I'm kind of like, oh, okay. I guess
hustle,
I
sweetheart.
crossed the threshold. Because it's one of those things where like when you're 21 and when you're in that early 20s area, you get annoyed that someone is always checking your ID, right?
No.
Or at least I would, because I was like, I'm like 23, 24, just let me in. And then now I've reached this point that I am now 27 and nobody looks at my ID.
Out the window.
And I'm like, I don't know if it's just because there's the assumption that if you see my partner next to me, I'm obviously older than I look, or if it's the assumption that
Might be the
I'm
haircut.
old. It might be. I mean, like, I have like a shag cut. So it's
It
like, I
might
don't
just
know
be
what
the
it
haircut.
is.
I bet you $10. I bet you $10. We should try a social experiment with the gate, just to see the next convention that we go out to. Let's all literally dress in a certain way where it makes us look younger than we actually are, or older, depending on who wants to do it that day, and see if people can correctly and accurately guess our age range.
I feel like that makes sense though, because whenever I was guessed to be younger, it was when my hair was really, really, really short. And I still usually get guessed younger, but that's just because most of my friends are not also 27.
No.
Real.
So I think that's a lot of it too, is people are like, you look young, but I'm going to assume you're older because your friends are
Older.
older.
Yep.
So I think you're probably right, because when I had it cut really, really, really short, that's when
you
I
always
would-
get mistaken for younger.
I was always mistaken for younger.
Plus, also, it's the way that you've been dressing lately. You actually do dress older.
yeah, I'm
Like, when I first met you, I could easily have mistaken you for younger because you dressed in more kiddie.
Yeah.
But as your like style has matured and you've gotten more comfortable with yourself and everything about you and gotten over a lot of like old school trauma, it shows.
Exactly. And especially now that like I work in professional settings, I
Yep.
have a lot more like, oh, like this is my business. Like I would say I look a lot older if you see me in my full like monkey suit.
That checks.
When you see me in my
That
full
checks.
monkey suit, you're like, oh, okay, like that makes sense.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
But it does still feel really good to be the youngest
sure,
person
for
at
sure.
my organization and on the management team.
Hey.
Love that for you.
But what was really fun, I think, about LI Tropicon is it was a smaller con. So we not only got to explore, but we also got to start a lot of networking, which I thought was really good.
It's called a hustle, sweetheart.
That's fun times.
We made a lot of friends and we were hanging out with our good friends because shout out to Rob Franzese,
We love him.
AKA the
Love
real life
him.
Peter Griffin. Love you, bro. Miss you. Gonna see you soon. But we were hanging out with him. We were hanging out with the Old Meriter Coffee guys. The guy that you interviewed, fucking chilling with him.
Yeah, he was great.
Because my brain is literally not remembering
No,
his
it's
fucking
okay.
It's like
name
Rob
right now.
Fernaro or something.
Yeah,
like
Robert
that.
Funaro.
There you go.
He was so great.
can't believe I
but
remembered
what
that.
was so
I'm impressed
funny
it.
about it was we interviewed him, and there was also the fact that
He wants to come on the cast too.
he wants to come
Hell
on the
yeah.
cast.
and he is so invited.
And it's so funny because my partner is from Jersey and he grew up in the town that The Sopranos is supposed to take place in. So he's like very obsessed with this show. Like his brother like worked in the restaurant, in the booth. And I was like, let me like get him the autographs, right? And it was so funny because I had like no idea what characters they were. I had no idea like what
I had
the
to
premise
give her a
was.
very quick rundown.
So it was so funny. I went over there and I was like, I hope it's okay that like I'm like asking for your signature, like it's for my boyfriend. Like I don't really know anything about this show.
You mean
And
like
they were
kind of how I did at Contropolis
it
for
was
you?
hysterical. They were so funny. They're like, don't worry, he'd like this one because James Gandolfini is in this photo. And also the guy that played Patsy Parisi told me that I was the prettiest girl in the room.
Because you are.
And then when I told that to my boyfriend, he was like, that sounds like a very Sopranos thing to say. He was like, that is totally a Sopranos thing for this man to say, especially based on his character from the show.
Fair. And
So-
also, like,
It was fun.
Yeah, Tropicon was great. We were around some great people. We made some great friends. The vendors were fantastic.
Oh, absolutely.
Our vendor fam was there. We were doing a scavenger hunt. It was great.
I still have the skeleton.
Unfortunately, the pod kitty Luke Meows Walker popped. Said Benny, which was the name of my skeleton. And if y'all know that reference, then you're my new best friend.
And it's that time of the year, so you better.
You better. And I did get him a ghost to replace it. He has a little cat house now. But I was very sad, and it felt so depressing.
It's all right. We'll probably get another one at Moonlight.
Fold him up and put him into the garbage.
Oh my god,
So sad.
we're gonna get another one at
But yeah,
Moonlight.
so far, Ninja has actually not taken any real interest in my skeleton, who has a very long name.
Fair.
Pedro Benicio Guillermo Pascal del Toro, redacted, because y'all ain't getting my government names on here.
Lala.
Yes, he has 3 separate last names after Pascal and del Toro.
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
It's true. But all in all, Long Island Tropicon, as always, fantastic show. 10 out of 10. We can't wait to go back next year because
Exactly.
you know your girls are working.
Oh,
we've
absolutely.
already put
yeah.
it. We've already set. It's already been set
It's
aside.
already set in stone.
I already paid for it.
The management there is just great. Like I have to say, the showrunner,
El Churro.
wonderful
Yes.
human being. They were so great. They were so attentive during the show, and especially as I'm newer to coming with you guys to vend at these shows, it makes me feel really good to feel that there's a really great management system.
Not just management. Honestly, everybody that does the shows with El Churro Entertainment is part of a family.
Yeah.
Like, and it shows. It's not a
Oh,
corporate
100%.
fucking soulless monster.
Yeah, that's what I was getting
It's a
at.
family atmosphere.
They-
everybody knows everybody else. Everybody gets
Exactly.
along. And if there's ever a problem,
They care about safety. That was the big thing I was
Exactly.
going to say.
exactly.
You know,
Because I've been in situations as a con goer where safety wasn't always the priority. So coming back into cons for the first time in 2 years and getting back into cosplay, it's been really important to me that all of these shows we've been going to have really been taking care of the safety of their guests.
It's true.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
Well, no, I was gonna say like just major props to Pat. You
Yeah.
know, for El Toro events, I always give him props. It's actually funny. He and Cam have known each other for like 10 plus years at this point. 15 years. Yeah, they fucking Danny DeVito, but hot. That is how Pat described my husband.
I
But,
love this though.
But yeah, no, like it's great because like you can see Pat like just the passion that he puts into these.
Agreed.
That he puts into all his events and how he tries to improve upon it every year.
It's true. And he does. And he succeeds every
Yes.
year. So, with that note, 10 out of 10, Long Island Tropicon. Thank you for having
Can't wait
us.
to see you next year.
Basically, let us move on to the next one.
Yes.
So, would you like to talk about Hudson Valley first, or do you want the Anime NYC?
I feel like maybe Anime NYC.
Yeah,
Just
that's
because
kind of bigger one.
we've been inundating the socials in Hudson Valley. That's true. Because I've been actually working really heavily and getting better at presenting video for you guys.
I love it.
On Instagram. You
guys have been doing so well.
I feel like you guys have probably heard a million things about Hudson Valley at this point, so you might want to hear about anime first.
Not a problem. I can easily talk about Anime NYC.
Get over here!
So, Anime NYC was great. It's the first time that they are now doing it in August as opposed to its normal time in November. And not gonna lie, the vibe was different because everybody's used to this convention being right after New York City Comic Con.
Yeah.
They're not used to it being before New York City Comic Con. So this is the first time that Anime NYC has ever been in August. So that also not only opened up a lot of avenues for different cosplays that you could wear at anime this time because you're now still in summer, not winter.
Yeah.
Right.
So that changed a lot of the game. Here's the problem with that, and this is my problem with that. First problem with that was, ew. Because now I'm not only dealing with the unwashed basement dwelling neckbeard stink that you're gonna get at an anime convention. You're gonna get it enhanced with hot garbage juice summer.
Sweat.
Especially in New York City.
Yeah.
Because that humidity in New York City
That weekend,
feels like
no.
sewage.
it was bad.
Because it was hot near us,
It was
too.
so-
I can't
it-
imagine in the city.
So that was complaint number one. Complaint number one.
Buckle up, kids.
Oh boy.
Number two, there wasn't really a lot of good guests.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't really like go through Anime NYC's lineup this year because I wasn't gonna go.
Let's not get it twisted. The guests that were there, fantastic, but not anybody that I was like I am with New York City Comic Con
Yeah.
or Rhode Island or anything else.
Like I kind of forget that Anime NYC has guests. No, I just again, I'm not an anime person, so like, I like even when I did go the couple of times, I wasn't like, oh, let me see who the guests are. I'm like, oh, Anime NYC has guests. That's not trying to be shady to the people who were there and that were awesome. Like, you know, good for you guys, get your
Look,
bag.
they had the critical role people there.
Oh, that means nothing to me.
Exactly.
That was
same.
probably like the biggest pull that wasn't anime. 'Cause
Right,
that's
but see
not
that
anime.
also. But no, let's not get this twisted. A lot of the critical role people are voiceover actors,
Gotcha.
so they do both.
Got
But
it.
critical role, I guess, is like huge for a lot of people.
It
But
is.
my thing was, why are you having it at an anime convention?
That's what I was gonna
makes
say.
sense.
Like NYCC, yeah.
They were
but-
at NYCC last year.
Oh.
The whole
Okay.
crew was at NYCC last year. Again, no hate. Even my wifey Tasha was asking me if I could possibly try to get a autograph of Matt Mercer for her. But what I didn't realize is that he was a pre-order. You couldn't just walk up to his table.
Oh fuck.
So that for me, I was like, what? Because that's new. That's never been a thing at Anime NYC.
No, it hasn't.
Like, yes, you can pre-order your photos with people. You obviously you do that with almost every convention.
yeah.
But I've never had an issue walking up to someone's autograph table and getting an autograph if I wanted it.
Yeah, because usually, even with New York Comic Con, I don't know if it's different. I just did this because it worked really well when I saw Brendan Fraser and when I saw Michael J. Fox, because I knew there were going to be big guests.
That's different.
So I bought them ahead of time, but they still had a line of people
Waiting.
for a standby that, okay, if they got through all of their autographs for that time period, they slotted time for standby guests to still go up and see them. Because it used to be, at least that year, and I don't know if it's changed this year because I just pre-ordered it because I liked just being able to go at a specific time. Because then it helped me plan my day.
I like that. I prefer that.
You could still wait on the line. You didn't have to pre-order it. So I'm surprised that they were so like you had to pre-order.
Well, it was only with the critical role people.
Oh, I guess they were.
Or,
expecting
I mean,
a
at least
crowd.
some of the critical role people. Because remember, I didn't know who most of them are, so I didn't bother.
You know, like Matt Mercer, I know him because he voiced Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil for a while.
Exactly.
Like that's like I could see him being a bigger draw.
He was
because of that.
huge.
Yeah,
His
he would.
line was always packed.
Yeah, I mean, hello, he's Daddy Leon.
I understand, which is kind of why I wanted to get that autograph.
Yeah.
Not just for Tasha, I was going to surprise you.
Oh,
Because, you know, you and your Resident Evil shit.
I know.
You know, but I did meet 3 of my favorite voice actors.
Hell yeah.
So very happy about that. And yeah, so it was good. It was look. It was Anime NYC, unfortunately for me, after this experience, and honestly, Anime NYC, I was talking about it with DigiNan, and I was also talking about it with Vamp Dad, and Vampy has never been to one of these, so it was his first time coming with and breaking that cherry, and it was great. He had a good time, but this is definitely the kind of convention that is no longer a 3-day necessary convention. I can go one day, get everything I want done, and get out.
fair.
That's fair.
It didn't even have any good attraction. You know, and that is pretty much where we're at with that.
That
you know,
makes sense.
like it was different. I can't. I'm trying to figure out a way to put it in.
I think a good way to
Words.
explain it is I actually bought a ticket for my brother to go because he loves going to Anime NYC. And he told me, you know, I had fun, Kayla, but apparently they did pre-order for everything, but they weren't advertising it. So for example, my brother goes to cons for the panels. He's not a cosplayer. He doesn't always go to see guests. He likes to go see the panel presentations. And apparently this year, they weren't, I don't know if they were advertising it on social, so I don't want to like say a word for it, but he couldn't get into a single panel.
Oh, damn.
So he basically just like walked around
The panels
the
were
room.
weird. The panels were weird. Like, you needed to be pre-registered for the
Yeah,
panels.
and he was really
And they didn't really announce when those were going to be.
exactly. He was kind of
Yeah.
like, it stinks because he was like, I still had a good time because this was his birthday present from me, and he was like, I still had a great time, but he was like, I couldn't believe I couldn't get into any of the panels.
That sucks.
And at least for me, my last experience at Anime NYC, I was really disappointed in how they conducted themselves.
Yeah.
So I've been
remember that one.
very cautious about going back. So I was really curious, like what it was like in the summer. Did they at least improve the safety issues that were there?
I don't know. I didn't attend a single panel. I don't know.
Gotcha. Okay.
I didn't attend a single panel. Honestly, I'm kind of very disappointed in Anime NYC, the way that they did it, because, like, no lie, I got COVID. Right?
Yep, I
Yeah.
remember that.
I got
Yeah.
COVID from that con, and a couple of other people I know got COVID from that con. And it's like, I have been to so many conventions since COVID, like,
Yeah.
whatever. And I've never gotten it from a convention. I've never gotten COVID from a convention.
Yeah, same here.
But again, I was having this discussion with Digi Nan, and we were comparing previous years of Anime NYC. It does not fucking matter what it is that I catch. I am always sick after Anime NYC. I get super sick every single time.
Fair.
And that is even with me taking the precautions,
Yeah.
wearing a mask, washing my hands, Purell, not letting people touch
Everything.
me. Does not matter. I get sick. And it's whether it was in November or whether it was in August. Anime NYC is just a dirty convention. It's just dirty.
And, I know at least from my previous experience there, they pack people in very tightly. And my issue with Anime NYC, which is why personally I don't know if I'd go back, was they had people waiting outside, but it wasn't for fire codes. So what was happening was it was impossible for people to get in and out of the line, and they were essentially trapped.
Yeah, they did the same thing to get you in, to get inside. They closed down the tunnel. They did not have food trucks this year.
fuck?
And they made all the food trucks be on the outside, the ones that decided to
Yeah.
show up outside on the street, not inside where
So
they
you had to
normally have the tunnel
go
and they
back
have
through
food
that
trucks.
process.
Yeah,
Such a pain
so
in the
you have to
ass.
literally leave the entire convention out through the full exit, get your food, and then go all the way back around the Javits down through the freaking side entrance on the side that's closest to the little hive thingy.
Yep, I know exactly
Okay,
what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's annoying as
And they had to
fuck.
go all the way down and around from 10th, inside and around, and then through the metal detectors and everything like that.
Yep.
And even then, you're not going through the doors that are in the tunnel. You have to come back around to the front part where the columns are and go through those doors.
Yo, what the fuck?
That is
yeah.
still a major fire hazard.
Yeah. So that was just if you weren't disabled or had the medical pass or anything like
Yeah.
that. Medical pass, you were able to go through the front entrance on 10th.
Okay.
No, on 9th. But it was
Okay.
all the way on the same side, all the way on the other end of the Javits.
No, that's,
Yeah.
that's a pain in the ass.
That is a big pain in the butt.
And especially with the heat, that actually really concerns me.
And
they were,
especially
Yeah.
depending on where you parked.
Exactly, because there were people passing out the last time, which is why I was uncomfortable with really going to Anime NYC again. And I can't imagine.
I didn't
in
hear
the
of
heat.
any. I didn't hear about anybody passing out from heat stroke or anything
Okay,
like
good,
that.
good.
And they did have the air conditioning running fairly well in the
Okay.
Javits. It wasn't where
Good.
you're sitting there and you're just like dying.
Good, okay.
Dying.
Yeah.
Fuck your life! Bing bang!
They didn't do that, but it just, I don't know. The vibe was weird. There wasn't a huge draw to anything. There were a lot of VTubers, like, and I don't even know anything about
what
that.
is.
Oh, I think VTubers are like the people that
Where the anime
Like, have, like, an
stuff
anime,
that's like
like-
VR and it's
Like a-
following their words and shit.
yeah, it's like an anime face over their face.
Yeah. It's a virtual reality anime style person that is acting and being, it's a live person, but they have a VR avatar over them. Yeah.
Okay.
It's something, I don't know anything about it. I know nothing. So for me, I was just like, I'm not interested in this.
Yeah, I
They
don't even know
also-
what that is.
All like they were also celebrating Naruto's 25th anniversary.
Okay.
So they had a couple of things for
Good.
that.
All right.
But usually with Anime NYC, what you get are these beautiful installations.
That's what I was gonna ask about.
They didn't have them.
The fuck?
There wasn't really anything.
So-
Everything was kind of like haphazard. There was no real Artist Alley was not really set up correctly. One whole side of the Javits was set up for the indoor food vendors that they had.
Okay.
But they didn't have tables and chairs. It was just open space.
So then what was the point?
Exactly.
Of rushing it to
No, but
August.
not even just that, because supposedly part of the deal was if they do August, they get the whole Javits.
Yeah, they did get the
What's
whole Javits.
The
They had
point of getting the whole Javits if you're not going to utilize it.
they didn't utilize the space correctly at all. Those the car guys that we usually see
Yeah.
weren't there.
Damn.
They didn't have their cars there. I guess because of the last time with that whole thing, which
Yeah, I
we
remember
won't get
that.
into because unfortunately that's just not our thing to talk about. And honestly, there were so many vendors there that looked like everything they had was from Temu.
Yeah.
And
Yikes.
honestly, I was talking about it with Vamp Dad, and they are.
Yeah.
Everything that they were selling was from Temu.
My brother was actually saying that like he couldn't even go down that exhibitor hall without people, because he had a backpack on, constantly assuming he was stealing stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And keep in mind, my brother, he is like a tall guy, but he's not like you've met my brother.
I met your
Baby
brother.
Driver.
Baby Driver.
He's not a like mean looking guy. And all he was doing was he would be looking at something and they would automatically be like, oh, you have a backpack? We need to go through it.
what the fuck?
And he was like, no, you can't just go through my backpack. I didn't take anything. I put it back on the table. So, like, I don't know. He said there was like he actually said the food was good. He enjoyed the food.
I enjoyed the onigiri.
That's what he
I
said.
got that every day.
That's what he had.
I had onigiri and bubble tea from this company that was absolutely fantastic.
Yep.
No complaints there.
Yeah, he said the food was good, but he was like, otherwise,
It was okay.
fun for him, but he
It
was
was
like,
boring.
it wasn't the same that experience
It's
that he's
not.
used to, where
It's
he
not.
could get into the panels and he could, because that's all he personally really likes to do. And he couldn't get into a single one, and then he had these kind of sketchy people in the exhibitor hall constantly accusing him of stealing.
It's fucking yikes.
It is fucking yikes. And like the worst part about this is like I loved that con.
I know. I used to love that
I
con, too.
loved that convention. Don't get me wrong. I had a great time seeing my friends.
Oh, 100%.
I was I had a great reception in the cosplays that I was in.
Oh yeah, you looked amazing.
You did
Thank
look
you.
amazing.
Yeah,
Thank you
like,
guys. What did I wear on Friday? I wore Junko.
Junko?
Junko came back on
hot as
Friday.
Fuck.
Queen Serenity was on Saturday.
I was very happy with Queen Serenity. I was so
Gorgeous.
excited to see her.
Gorgeous.
And Sunday I was running around as Pika Cheeks.
Yes, that was
Yes.
fun.
Right.
Pika, Pika.
Everybody's like, Pika Cheeks. I'm like, yes. Do you know that meme that has Pikachu with the big ass that goes thunderclap? That was me running around on Sunday, just being a total Pika thought.
I loved that.
But
As you
probably my
should.
favorite. We were both thoughts on fucking Sunday.
hey, yo. But like, normally you'd think that I would have spent, I'm not complaining that I didn't spend a fuck ton of money. Like, don't get me wrong. Not mad about that. What I'm annoyed about is that it's like the quality of the things that were there, except for the stuff in Artist Alley.
Yeah.
Of course.
Trash.
Yeah.
Okay. I found some gems. I did come home with some good stuff. I
Yeah.
got you guys some presents.
Yeah, I love my fan.
But other than that,
Romy.
nothing. Nah. Nope. I got to meet three voice actors that I was very excited about.
Yes, I saw a couple of them.
That was it. Really. That was it. Like that. bleh.
You know, it's like a one day and done.
Exactly. It's a one day and done con now. I mean, honestly, it's just one of those things where you're just like,
Especially for the amount of money that they're now charging for the tickets for Anime NYC.
yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of like
That was my deterrent for me, other than how I didn't like their lack of following fire codes. But sorry, guys, my grandpa was a firefighter. I can't help myself.
No, not complaining.
valid.
The price was just so
It was
insane.
ridiculous.
Yeah, no,
Especially just for one day.
And you want to know what the funny part is like, honestly, I met Bryce Pappenbrook and he's
great.
oh, I love
He's
him.
great. I
Love him. Tiny little bean. And who else did I meet? I met Rico Fajardo.
I love him.
And I met Jonah Scott. Those I'm very excited about because those are 3 voice actors that I absolutely adore.
Yeah.
So I was really excited meeting them and getting to talk to them, and they loved my cosplay because I got to meet them all as Queen Serenity. But other than that, honestly, the convention was uninspired, unremarkable, and just kind of boring.
Yeah, that's fair.
It was
That's valid,
boring.
though.
I was bored. By Sunday, I was like, can I go home? And the only reason I stuck around is because I was chilling with another cosplayer.
Yeah.
exactly.
And then it was Vamp Dads wanted to see stuff and explore.
And you ran into JoJo.
And I did run into the JoJo.
Who crashed at my place that weekend. He had a good time.
we love the JoJo.
He was telling me he had fun. He went to one of the panels. I think it was Ranma. I don't know anything about Ranma.
Ranma 1.5, yeah, because they're coming
Yeah.
out with the new one on Netflix.
Yeah, no, he had a fun time.
Yeah, I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. It had its moments. I had a good time. Would I spend the money that I spent for a 3-day pass next year? No,
Totally
absolutely
valid.
not.
Valid.
Absolutely not. I would get maybe a Saturday pass and call it a day.
Exactly. That's like what I'm doing with New York Comic Con. I'm only doing 1 day, and that's it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so,
no, like-
I mean, that's all I'm going to say because I'm not going to talk shit. Because, I mean, again, it's not a bad con. It just wasn't a great con.
It just wasn't what we're used to from Anime NYC.
That too.
Well, yeah.
I think
And-
that's what it is.
Yeah.
The only way you'll be able to get me to a con at the Javits, which honestly, I just don't particularly like the venue.
Fair.
It's just a lot. It's very overwhelming. They cram so many fucking people in there, and it's just very overstimulating, very fast, and I get like very sick in that kind of environment.
Very fair.
The only way you're gonna get me to one of those is if my friend Aurora, girl, you said maybe. You said maybe next year. So if you do go to Anime or New York, I will show up for a day just to hang out with you. I love you.
So, since I'm off my soapbox about Anime NYC, I'm going to just preface going into talking about the final convention of the night. I am going to
yes.
preface this that I put the most supreme trust in the color wheel for that weekend because while I was at Anime NYC, my Lavender and my Scarlet went up to Hudson Valley Horror Convention with Cam and with Keegan and absolutely fucking bodied it. It was amazing. Y'all did so fucking good. And again, anybody knows me, knows how protective I am over my baby, and that baby is a Phoenix Gate. And I was a fucking wreck all weekend. Like, oh my
believe
God,
it.
what if something happens? What if they break something? Or what if something breaks on them and they don't know how to fix it? And, and DigiNan and VampTad are trying to calm my ass down all weekend because the whole time I'm sitting there going, what if they fuck up? And I didn't think that you would fuck up. I thought that something would happen to fuck you up and you wouldn't know how to recover.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
But-
that's
That's fair.
totally normal because it was our first times ever going to represent the Phoenix Gate
Without
just the
me.
2 of
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. And that's why I was just like, then when I calmed down and I was just like, you know what? No, these bitches got this. I know. I got faith. And they did. Oh,
It was so
It was
great.
so
It was
fun.
so freaking, guys.
Honestly, it was great.
Guys.
Fuck your life.
It
Bing
was a
bang.
great experience for a lot of reasons. And I just think it really like pulled all of us together because we're obviously all together in the color wheel, but we had never done that level, I feel like, of work
Nope.
for the Phoenix Gate
No,
before.
usually, no offense, it's usually me.
That's what I was
Yeah,
gonna say.
that's true.
And that's part of the reason that like
spade, spade.
all weekend I was just like giving like Jade updates in our little chat and was like, we're doing this or doing this because I wanted you to be at ease.
I was at ease and I was very grateful for the freaking updates and knowing what was to be expected because honestly, I didn't know.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, that's why it's like, all right, we gotta let Jade know when we have reception because the downside is the reception there was ass.
What?
Yeah.
But-
no, the reception was ass.
What was
I
kinda
mean, not
nice
surprised though.
was it was a much smaller convention. It was the first year for that convention.
What did he say?
Not only did like in an overall sense, it gave us a great opportunity to network for the gate. We got to do a live podcast recording for the
Not
gate.
only
there.
that, you guys did a panel.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
it
did a
was
big
a-
panel.
You did a panel for the Phoenix Gate, and the Phoenix Gate has not done a live panel like that since I went down to Florida to Spooky Empire and did a dual panel with the Second Rounds on Us. My
That's really
boys
fun.
down, my boys down there. we had a panel about scary movies and podcasting down there, and they asked me to be a part of it. So that is the first time that we personally have done a panel for a convention, and we were sought out to do that.
Yeah.
Like they came to us and asked
Yeah.
us to be a part of it, not us asking, hey, can we have a panel? They love our shit so much that they actually asked us to do it.
Exactly. And that felt really great. And I think what was so nice was because it was a smaller con, we got to really seize all of the opportunities around us.
Yeah.
Because there was also more of an ease because it was a smaller con.
Agreed.
It was
Not
what
so
was-
much pressure.
Exactly. And it was really cool because we actually met a lot of vendors who were newer. So we got to really sit with them and kind of have these first time experiences and really got to talk about a lot of these independent artists and talk with them. So we kind of were able to build more of relationships because it wasn't crazy busy. And it was really great. And I know I am so proud of Scarlett. Because for me, when we were doing the panel, Scarlett had come up with the idea. So I was like, hey, I will lead you in. I will kind of moderate. I'll make sure we're keeping track of time. I'll support you. And I even talked to Jade before because I was like, this is Scarlett's panel. I want Scarlett to own this panel.
And she did.
And she did.
Oh, thanks. I tried.
You didn't try. You did great.
You smashed
thank
it, dude.
Oh,
It
thanks.
was great. It was so
I
wonderful.
had people emailing the personal email about it.
Oh, fuck.
I just never told you.
Oh, fuck.
Because the Phoenix Gate email, it blew up. I got people asking, all sorts of stuff about us and how to get in touch with us, how to properly tag us, how to do this with us, when can they collaborate with us in the future.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So,
No, that's fucking awesome.
bitch, you did good.
Thank you. It was really really fun. I've never done a panel like that before. I actually I don't know if you guys know this. For the longest time, and I think I really still do at this point, I have a big fear of public speaking.
No.
Yeah. So
I couldn't fucking figure that out at all.
yeah, and now all of China or all of the internet will now know that
Now all of China knows you're here.
That was good. So, but it was fun. But it was fun. There was enough people where I'm like, oh fuck, I have to talk in front of people. But like it was fun, and there was this one person. I cannot remember their name.
They were awesome.
But if you're out there listening, my friend, I want you to know I am wearing that ghost face bracelet that you gave me after the panel. I wear it like all the time. It's my favorite thing. It's literally like a little fidget bracelet, and I love it.
What happened to your fidget ring?
I accidentally dropped it in candle wax.
What?
Oh, again, that fidget ring is too big for me. So I was like leaning over the candle to blow it out, and somehow it fell off my hand into the fucking melted candle wax.
Just run it under hot water.
I did.
It's still.
I gotta like kind of get in there with like some floss or something.
Give it to me. I can fix it.
Cool.
Because we got that from our friend and from Libertad, and we are not going to waste.
Oh no, it's
this
beautiful. I still
jewelry.
have it, and it's amazing. But yeah, no, it
Which
was.
motherfucker? I still got to send her candle.
Oh my god, I have to. I'm okay. Well, I think that butterfly bracelet's gonna be my mom's Christmas gift and not birthday gift because I'm celebrating my mom's birthday sooner than originally I planned.
Fair enough.
That's okay.
But so
no, like it was really fun. But
Hudson Valley.
yeah, really fun. It was great because it was a smaller convention, first year running, but they did a good job.
Agreed.
I think they did a good job organizing it. What was cool, and I know this from speaking to the organizer. He is also a vendor. He really wanted to make it vendor friendly.
As it should be.
Yeah, like he was like, listen, this is really like to be vendor friendly. I wanted to get a good variety of like vendors and artists at this. And he really did. Like there was a really good variety. I feel like no two people were the same.
Agreed.
There was no nothing felt like repetitive or bland. You didn't get like that Temu kind of vibe from anyone. There was like it was really cool. And, like the art that people had was like really, again, it was really cool, really unique.
I love the T-shirt you got me.
Oh yeah, the
That one's
like
great.
the spooky
Uniquely
Zombified.
Jordan Boutique is her name.
Yeah,
Okay.
I absolutely love that fucking T-shirt. I'm gonna rock the shit out of it,
And
girl.
then the sticker I gave you was from ECP Apparel. And fun fact about those stickers, his stickers are made to fucking last. He was telling us how he went to Cape Cod of like 3 years. He goes there every year, but
Okay.
like He went there 3 years ago, put one of his stickers on like this post that everyone puts stickers on.
It's still there.
3 years later, his is the only one still there that hasn't like faded to shit.
Yo, I love this.
And
because
so-
I put my stickers through hell.
Yeah, like, and Cam I know is very excited because he likes to put his stickers on his guitar cases and on his amps. So I'm like, babe,
I like to do it to our podcast equipment.
yeah. So I'm like, babe, here you go. Just put this on your stuff.
Bloop.
So, but no, and like we did interviews with him.
Yeah,
At
he was
ECP
wonderful.
Apparel, and also like he talks about a lot of his inspiration and stuff. But I'm gonna give you like a real quick spoiler. A lot of his stuff is very like retro, like 90s inspired, and I fucking love it.
As it should be, because I live for that.
Yes,
My
I
old
got,
ass needs that. Thank you.
I got a Stab T-shirt.
You did.
Yeah, I have to. I decided I'm gonna DIY the shirts that I got from him because I also have one that it says Hello Killer, but it's Hello Kitty with a Jason mask.
Love that.
Yeah. No.
Do you want to talk about Crow Kitty? Well, since we're wrapping it up, because honestly, when we go back to Hudson Valley, obviously Crow Kitty will be up and running.
Yeah, that's true. I am working on it. I'm kind of like teasing a little bit by cross post. Well, I haven't been good at cross posting on that Instagram
You're
story
working
that
on
much, but
it.
I'm working on it. But no, Crow Kitty is we had teased it before. Scarlet Couture. Scarlet Couture apparently is a very common name for things, like a book series apparently, and
Yeah.
all sorts of other shit. So
But we decided to go a different route.
yeah, so we're calling it Crow Kitty.
Crow Kitty Designs.
Crow Kitty Designs because I love crows and I love kitties and yes. So yeah, Crow Kitty Designs, and I'm DIYing a lot of shirts. I actually am making my way through shirts that you and DigiNan have given me.
Yep, we gave you an entire laundry bag full of
Oh my
shit.
god, I
found 3 more that I need to give
fuck
you.
fuck yeah. No,
I'm not done yet because I didn't go through everything that's in the other room.
Hell yeah. No,
So
that's
you're-
awesome.
You're going to have so much stock.
I actually no, it's actually great because I actually had a lot of fun. I did an Evil Dead shirt that DigiNan gave me. It had an ash on it. It says groovy. I did a the fringed kind of like design. I've never done that one before, so that was me playing around with like the fringe thing.
We could ask this off there, but I'm just gonna come out and ask you now. Like, do you want to debut some of your designs at Moonlight Market coming up in October?
I could put some stuff out at Moonlight,
Which
'cause-
means that you guys need to come to Moonlight Market to come see the Feinics Gate.
Agreed.
October 5th.
It'll
Yes.
be my first Moonlight Market.
Yes,
Moonlight
it
is
will.
so fun.
I have not been able to go the last few times, so I'm actually very excited because
Bring
everyone-
money.
Y'all have told
Yeah.
me that it's my vibe. So
Girl,
I'm
just
really
make
looking
sure that
forward
you
to
have
it.
money in your budget.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Because there's going to be things there from a lot of these fantastic vendors that you're just going to be like, yoink.
I love
Totally
the
fair.
girl with the vibrator earrings.
Oh, she'll be there.
Fuck yeah. I mean, I don't wear earrings, but I just love that those exist and they function.
Yes, they do.
Oh, yes. I actually got Scream earrings from Hudson Valley that I love. They're little ghost faces. And of course, I had to get Stu and
You hit me with a phone,
Billy.
dick.
on my shirt. I actually got this also from the Let's Get Spooky shop at Hudson Valley. But I think overall what was really great about Hudson Valley was everyone was so willing to be so collaborative in this space.
I love it.
And I think
yeah.
that's what allowed us to really flourish. Because as soon as I approached the event runner, I was like, hey, we do interviews with the podcast. Would you be okay with us interviewing the celebrity guests? And they automatically put us in touch with their handler. Their handler automatically asked them, and they automatically said yes.
There you go.
And they were so into doing it. It was so fun. Leatherface, I would like to say big shout out to JA because he, RA, excuse me, not JA, RA, he was the biggest teddy bear on the face of the planet.
Oh, yeah.
And it was insane because when you think about him, you think of like Leatherface. You think of one of like the scariest, most foreboding, like horror villains ever. And he was just sitting there going, I like the way you guys spell Phoenix. I love all your names. I love that they're all colors. And he was just the sweetest human being alive. And he told us some of the greatest favorite kill stories that he had in movies that he did. And he was telling us all about his personal studio. Like that's one I'm really excited
Oh, yeah. And
for
he
us
was
to
cool.
get up on the gate.
He was like a perfect like Southern gentleman, but he's
Oh, he
also
was so
like,
wonderful.
He's awesome. He actually sat with us for almost 10 minutes too.
Yeah.
For that.
And that's why we are encouraging y'all to go to our YouTube channel
Yes.
to catch all these videos that we are putting up of these interviews in real time because
Exactly. Because they'll be in
it's
full.
on our TikTok.
Yeah.
It's
because-
on our TikTok. the Phoenix Gate has a TikTok. You can watch the interviews there. It is also on our YouTube. Unfortunately, Instagram Reels doesn't allow us to do more than a certain amount of
It's
time.
like a minute and a half.
So we've been splitting it into parts of a series.
Yep.
So we've been doing part 1s, part 2s, and coming up with little clever names for them. And thank you guys for watching all 3 parts of the William Ragsdale interview.
He was so fun.
Just passed over 1,000, a little over 1,000 viewers on, I think it's part 2 of the interview,
yeah.
which was a really fun part to do because we were talking about Rear View Window, we were talking about Hitchcock, Tom Holland, the creator of Fright Night. So it's been really exciting to get to put these out here for you guys and that you know that you enjoy them. And we're just going to continue working at it and getting better and better at it because that's
right.
obviously a piece of content that you guys are super interested in.
Yeah, you guys love it. We're gonna keep doing it. And honestly, October is gonna be crazy for us.
Yes.
September, the rest of September is gonna be crazy.
November is gonna be nuts.
November is insane.
November.
Finally meeting my Twilight people.
Like
I'm so excited.
I'm just really excited for the gate to end out the last quarter of the year, the last third of the year, the way that we are, because we're going to be everywhere. And honestly, guys, 2025 for the Phoenix Gate, you don't even understand. We are literally going to be everywhere. We already are lined up for 9 gigs, 9 appearances.
Which is such a huge thing for us, I think, because
Absolutely
I
gigantic.
think we've even talked about it on the cast that we had kind of like a funky towards the end of this year.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're now going on such a nice high note, both in our professional lives on the gate and in our personal lives, and how we've grown not only personally but professionally.
Facts.
And I am just really proud of us. And I can't wait for all the things we're going to do in 2025.
Oh
and
my
if
God,
you
it's gonna be so good.
follow my personal account, you'll see a very, very, very sappy little post about it that I wrote this morning because I was feeling really emotional and was very happy that the gate was visiting my nest today because I missed them very dearly.
We realized that it had been like 3 weeks since we'd all
That's
been
a
together
really long
physically.
time for us.
That's not. We are always together all the time. Like, so it's kind of bad when we're not together because we get cranky.
Oh, we get very cranky. We're
do.
like, why do we feel so weird?
And then
we're
I
like, it's been like
realized-
3 fucking weeks.
But then I
That's
was
why.
like, I must give you all like presents, but I haven't seen you.
Exactly.
That's why you're our crow.
I am a crow that like gives
Like
shiny
shiny
things to
things.
people that I like.
I mean, hello. I see something and I'm like, duh.
I mean, literally 2 things that you saw for me are living on the wall of my nest right now.
And
I
they're
finally
gonna
hung
get.
them.
There's gonna be so much more. So much. Oh my
I am
God.
literally gonna sob at Rhode Island Comic Con. They already know it. I've already showed them my cosplay that's coming up. Like to keep it as a secret for y'all.
The
until we do Rhode
debuts will
Island.
be coming soon. Guys.
But honestly,
You
it's
really need to follow us on social media.
great end of this year, and I'm so excited.
We're gonna be so busy and
Oh, yeah.
literally worth it. But on that note, girls, the color wheel needs to stop spinning for this episode.
Yes.
So that we can come back and give you even more fantastic content and tell you about all of our crazy ass adventures. But again, like always, if you have not been following us on social media,
Please do.
what are you doing? It's Big Apple Bookworms Month.
So
So
it's been so much fun.
I have had so much fun talking about comic books and stuff.
There
and
you
manga.
go.
I did a manga. That's rare.
I know. So, guys, if you don't know what Big Apple Bookworms is, get to our freaking Instagram and check it out. It is our literal month-long reading recommendation list, like you would have gotten when you went back to school, about books and comics and everything that would interest, or we think that would interest you. Also, shouting out a lot of our favorite authors. If you guys want to be featured, hit us up. On that note, say bye.
Bye.